Friends, a show so popular it's practically a lifestyle. Its charm has captivated millions across the globe, and it's time to put your fandom to the test. Today, we're diving into 20 trivia questions about the hit TV show. We've got character quirks, iconic lines, and unforgettable moments lined up for you. So buckle up and get those nostalgic neurons firing. Are you ready to dive into the world of Ross, Rachel, Chandler, Monica, Joey, and Phoebe? Let's see how well you know them. Our trivia game is brimming with Friends nostalgia, featuring 20 in total. Each question offers 4 potential answers, but bear in mind, don't be tempted to cheat. The genuine joy lies in putting your memory to the test. Let's get started with the character round. How well do you recognize the unique attributes and lifestyles of the Fabulous Six? We're diving right in. Question 1. Identify the character who famously shouted, "We were on a break." Is it A. Ross, B. Chandler, C. Joey, or D. Monica? This line must have given you a good laugh. Take a moment to decide on your answer. Now let's ease into question 2. What was the name of Ross's pet monkey? Was it A. Marcel, B. Morton, C. Mickey, or D. Max? This lively fellow surely brought an interesting dynamic, didn't he? Take your time to recall. Okay, moving to question 3. Which of our beloved friends had an identical twin? Is it A. Ross, B. Chandler, C. Joey, D. Phoebe? And let's be clear, we're not referring to a doppelganger. This is about a real-life identical twin. You have a moment to think. Now question 4. Can remember the name of the coffee shop where the gang frequently chilled? Was it A. Starbucks, B. Central Perk, C. Espresso Yourself, or D. Coffee Bean? It was literally their second residence. Take a while to answer. And finally, question 5. Who famously said, "Could I be more?" Can you finish this iconic line and identify the speaker? Was it A. Joey, B. Ross, C. Chandler, or D. Rachel? You have a bit longer for this one. Pause for a bit, process your thoughts, verify your answers. It's okay if you're uncertain about some of them, that's what makes it more fun. Just remember, you can't peek at the answers until we've completed all the rounds. These questions are meant to assess your recall and understanding of this much-loved series. From Ross's notorious break to the escapades of a particular pet monkey, twin mischief, the group's preferred hangout, and of course, that legendary phrase. All aspects contributed to Friends becoming the memorable show it is today. I trust you savored this first round of questions. Isn't it always delightful to look back on our favorite Friends instances? But don't get too settled, there's a lot more in store. Whew, that was a roller coaster. But wait, the game is just beginning. And now, it's time to see how you did in the first round. Let's reveal the answers for round 1. Were you able to identify the character who dramatically declared, "We were on a break"? Well, that was none other than A. Ross Geller. Did you get it right? Moving on to question 2. The name of Ross's pet monkey was A. Marcel. Did you remember this adorable creature? Question 3 was a bit tricky, wasn't it? The friend with an identical twin is indeed D. Phoebe Buffay. Kudos if you got that one right. Now for question 4. The coffee shop where our favorite group hung out was B. Central Perk. Did that jog your memory? And finally, the character who famously said, "Could I be more?" was C. Chandler Bing. How many of you got that right? So how did you do? Did you ace this round, or did the questions throw you for a loop? No matter what, I hope you enjoyed this walk down memory lane. Now let's move on to the next round. Remember, it's all in good fun. Now let's put your memory to the test on the seasons. Can you remember the events of each Friends season? Let's not wait any longer and start with our first question for this round. Remember the season when Monica and Chandler finally said their vows? Can you recall which season that was? Take a moment to ponder. Now let's move to question 2. We all remember Ross's hilarious pivot moment while trying to move his new couch into his apartment. But can you remember which season unforgettable moment is from? Mull it over. And for our third question, let's think about the season that gave us Joey's iconic catchphrase, "How you doing?" Which season was it when he first used this line? Don't rush, take your time. This wraps up our second round of trivia. You've done brilliantly to remember the many seasons of Friends. Keeping track of 10 seasons packed with laughter, tears, and innumerable cups of coffee at Central Perk is no easy task. Excellent job, but don't get too comfortable. There's more fun coming your way. All right, it's time to unveil the answers for round 2. Eager to verify your Friends season insight? Let's dive in. The first question was about the season when Monica and tied the knot. The correct answer is season 7. Did your guess hit the mark? On to question 2, which revolved around the season when Ross famously yelled, "Pivot!" Season 5 is the correct response. If you got it right, kudos to you. Our third question was about the season when debuted his classic line, "How you doin'?" This memorable moment took place in season 4. If you recollected this, hats off to you, true Friends fan. We trust you had a blast reminiscing about the Friends seasons. Keep the momentum, you're acing this. Don't let your guard down just yet. We're advancing to the following round. Stay with us. All right, time to delve deeper into the plot lines. First up, let's take a trip down memory lane to season 4. Here's our question. In the one with Chandler in a box, why does Chandler decide to spend Thanksgiving in a box? Is it A, to prove he's sorry to Joey, B, because he lost a bet, or C, to hide from his girlfriend Kathy? Your answers were on to the next one. In season 6's The One Where Ross Got High, why do Ross and Monica's parents dislike Chandler? Is it A, because they think he got Ross high, B, they believe he stole Ross's sandwich, or C, they think he broke Monica's heart? All right, don't stress, we're halfway there. Let's jump to season 8's The One Where Rachel Tells Ross. What does Rachel tell Ross in this episode? Is it A, that she's pregnant, B, that she's moving to Paris, or C, that she's in love with? Question 4 is from season 10's The One Where Joey Speaks French. What phrase is Joey trying to say in French? Is it A, I love you, B, I am your friend, or C, my name is Joey? And finally, we're closing this round with a question from season 2's The One with 5 Steaks and an Eggplant. What happens when the gang gets a phone call meant for Bob? Do they A, prank the caller, B, pretend to be Bob, or C, tell the caller they have the wrong number? A moment, gather your thoughts, and let's see how well you remember these iconic plot lines. Survived that? Great, but we're not done yet. All right, folks, time to put you out of your suspense. Here come the answers for round 3. Plotline questions. Let's see how well you did. For the first question, the correct answer is A. Chandler spends Thanksgiving in a box to prove he's sorry to Joey. What a way to say sorry, right? Moving on to our second question, the reason Ross and Monica's parents dislike Chandler is because A, they wrongly think he got Ross high. Quite a mix-up, wasn't it? Now, for our third question, the big reveal Rachel makes to Ross in this episode is A, that she's pregnant. Talk about a bombshell. On to our fourth question, Joey's hilarious attempt at French was him trying to say, C, my name is Joey. Last but not least, when our beloved gang gets a phone call meant for Bob, they B, decide to have a little fun and pretend to be Bob. Quite the pranksters, aren't they? And with that, we're done with round 3. Hang in there, we're almost at the finish line. Get ready for the final round of our Friends Trivia Challenge. Finally, let's mix it up with some random Friends fun facts. Now, diving into the final round, a mixed bag of trivia questions that will test your knowledge on all things related to our beloved sitcom, Friends. So sit tight and get ready for some curveballs. Here's question 16. Do you know what Chandler Bing's job was? This one's a bit tricky since even his best friend Joey struggled with it. He's not a transponster. That's not even a word. Moving on to question 17. Can you recall the full name of Ross and Monica's dog in their childhood? Hint, it's a rather sophisticated name for a pooch. Question 18. Coming your way. Who was the last friend to find out about Monica and Chandler's secret relationship? Remember, it took quite a while for all the friends to be in the know. Our penultimate question, number 19. What is the name of Joey's stuffed penguin? This adorable little guy was a frequent feature in Joey's apartment. And now we've reached the final question, number 20. Which friend has the last dialogue in the series? This one might require you to cast your mind back to that emotional final episode. Take a moment to finalize your answers. I hope you've enjoyed this trivia roller coaster as much as I have. It's always a delight to revisit the quirks and memorable moments, friends, isn't it? And that, my friends, concludes our trivia challenge. Whether you aced it or found some questions a bit challenging, remember, it's all in good fun. After all, in the wise words of Phoebe Buffay, they don't know that we know they know we know. So keep your friends' knowledge close and your friends closer. And finally, the answers for round 4. All ready to check your answers? Let's get to it. Question 16. Chandler Bing's actual job was statistical analysis and data reconfiguration. Yes, it sounds as confusing as it is. For question 17, the full name of Ross and Monica's childhood dog was Chi-Chi. Moving on to question 18, the last friend to find out about Monica and Chandler's secret relationship was Ross. How many of you got that right? Now, for question 19, Joey's stuffed penguin's name is Hugsy. Isn't that adorable? And finally, the friend who has the last dialogue in the series is Chandler. Yes, it was Chandler who closed the series with his iconic humor. Well done, everyone. Let's see how you did overall. That was quite the ride, wasn't it? Now give yourselves a pat on the back for participating in this trivia extravaganza. It's not every day that you get to test your knowledge about one of the most iconic TV shows of all time, friends. Take a moment to tally your scores. Did you ace the character questions? Or maybe you were a whiz at the season-wise questions. Perhaps the plotline questions were your forte. No matter how you fared, remember, it's all in good fun and love for friends. Now, here comes the fun part. Take your scores and head on over to the comments section. Share your results, and let's see who among you holds the title of Ultimate Friends Trivia Champion. But don't stop there. Go ahead and challenge your friends to beat your score. Make it a game, a friendly competition. After all, what's trivia without a little rivalry? Until next time, keep your friends' knowledge sharp.